Hey everyone, it's Anne Manera and welcome to another color along from Color Along Volume Coloring Book, Volume 19. So here we are coloring with markers today. I am going to be using my Crayola Supertips, which are just kind of in a box. I do have a piece of paper behind here and we're going to get started. Today's page can also be found in my book, Cats and Kittens coloring book. And I'm going to start out with coloring this little guy gray. So I really love these Crayola Supertips. Let me know if you're a Crayola Supertip fan. And I just think they give good coverage. I think that if you color lightly and you do not press too hard, then you won't get these types of lines unless you want them, you know? The other thing is that I think that the colors dry a little bit darker than when they first go down. So if I look, it's kind of already drying a little bit darker. I don't know if you can tell. But we're giving this guy just kind of this gray color. It looks like a putty color, doesn't it? Like a caulking putty type color. I'm just gonna kind of move this guy up a little bit. So I hope everyone is having a great day. Pretty soon we are going to be done with this coloring book. Today's October 3rd. And we'll be done with this volume, and then on November 7th we'll be starting the next volume of the Color Along series. So what's cool about that is it'll be the 20th volume. 20. If you've been following me all along and you have said, oh my god, 20 volumes, then you're saying what I'm saying, because I can't even believe it either. And you can get that book only on my website. It's only available as a PDF. It is not available on Amazon. It's a PDF on my website, and it's only $8.99 as a PDF, which is a much lower price than it's ever been. And the other thing is that you can order a printed version, and I am printing printing all of that out right here in my studio for you. So hopefully you will be able to join in onto the 20th volume. You know, every time I work on a color along book, I think to myself, is this going to be the last volume? And then when I did the 20th volume, I did say to myself, well, when I did the 19th, I did say to myself, which is the volume we're on, you know, should this be the last volume? And then a voice inside me said, no, you have got to go to at least 20. So all of the videos will post here on my YouTube channel every Monday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's a great way to get a variety coloring book. If the pages are in the books are all from a variety of my coloring books. This page actually can be found in my book Cats and Kittens, which I think is a fun book. It's kind of like the View Frenzy style series books. So filled with all types of cats and kittens. And the coolest part is that you can get this book either on Amazon or you can get this book on my website as a PDF. So that's all I have to say about that. Now, don't I? But make sure you head over to that subscribe button and click that button. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and this way you can. And then if you hit that notification button, you'll get notified every time I post a new video. So I'm going to kind of vary my techniques as I'm coloring this page with markers, because one of the techniques that I love to do with markers is pointillism. How about you? Are you a pointillism fan? And sometimes I run a line across on the inside, and it's kind of like creates like a little barrier for me, so that my markers don't go past it. I still don't know if it's a scientific thing as far as like, does the marker really not go past where the line is? Or is it psychological that my hand is not going past it? I don't know what it is. The psychology of my hand is whether or not, no, I'm saying like my brain is not making my hand go across it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. All right, so I'm going to leave those white because I really like those white. And oh my, I forgot his tail. I don't have a cat, by the way. I have 2 dogs, but I do not have a cat. Couple of reasons. One of them is my dogs do not like cats. They just don't. You know, some dogs just say, cats, not for me. But doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the cat, but my dogs just say, not so much for me. The other reason is that I am allergic to them. So I'm so allergic to a cat. A couple of years ago, there was a cat living under my deck in my backyard. I didn't know it, and actually, I kind of think there's something under there right now, and I hope it's not another cat. But there was this cat that was living underneath the deck in my backyard, and I didn't know it until one day, one of my dogs, my dog Paisley, went out into the backyard, and all of a sudden, something reached out from underneath the deck, like a paw apparently, at her, and she, oh my goodness, she practically jumped out of her little dog socks and ran like a maniac. She was petrified. So we found out that it was actually a cat that was living under my deck. I don't know how she possibly got in there, but she was under the deck. She had kittens. A friend of mine came over. We had to take out a couple of the floorboards on the deck, which is never a good thing to do, by the way. And that was how we got the babies out. And then we got them adopted out. And then she had, but it took a while actually. And then she had kittens again. We couldn't catch this cat. It was me involved in it. A couple other people in my neighborhood were involved, and it was quite a production. So I wanted her to just clear out of my yard and just go away. So I named her Clear Cat. Clear off, get out of my yard. It was really very frustrating, to be honest with you. We did our best to try to save her and her kittens, but it was extremely frustrating because it was hard to let the dogs out. I was worried about her. I had food out for her. I can't take care of every animal in the world. Do you ever feel like that? It's a lot. It's pressure. And they all come to me for some reason. Does that ever happen to you? Where the animals all kind of, you find the lost dog, for a while, I was the person, the go-to person that all of these people were, or all of these animals were suddenly appearing and crossing my path. It was very, it was actually stressful, because I just felt like I can't save everybody as much as we want to. It's hard. All right, so we've got this orange color. Look how cool that looks with that purple. These are colors I probably would have never chosen on a normal day, but I guess I'm kind of in a, choose weird colors kind of mood. Let me know in the comments what you're using for markers. What's your go-to marker? I mean, my other go-to marker is Faber-Castell. I mean, who doesn't love a Faber-Castell grip marker or duo tip? And I swear the ink is never ending. Does anybody else have those? I know there's a few people that are watching that probably do. There's just so much ink in those markers. It's they never end. And the price is so good. The price is great. Try not to have any of my colors touch, the same color. So we want to make sure that we are mindful of the placement of the colors. And I'm not sure what other color I'm going to use here. I may leave something white. I'm not sure. Get this big guy right here. This is one of my favorite sections of these books. This pattern that's here. What do you think? Does anybody else have a comment about this particular pattern that I include in my books? This is one of my favorite ones to draw. It's one of my favorite ones to color. Oh, we could use a blue. This is too dark. This is too dark for me. Let me see what else I have here. I think I'm going to actually add some of this pink again that we used here. Just a little bit. Just to kind of move it around a little bit. Move your eye up and down the whole page. The placement of colors allows the eye to kind of bounce around the page. And it also changes a little bit based on the color that it's next to. So maybe you have a pink next to a red and it looks pinker, but then you have a pink next to a purple and it looks more purplish. So I think that really makes a difference in the placement of colors. It's kind of like when you're wearing clothes. Maybe some other color, one color will complement another. Put this color right here. And where else can I add a pink? Right here. Right here. Nope, 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 nope. Right here. I know you're probably looking at it saying, right there, right there. Right here, actually. Okay. And now I think I'm going to add this blue. Make sure that works properly. Okay. See if this will be the last color, actually, without it having to touch everything. No, it's not going to be. I can already tell. It's not going to be. I'm going to have to add another color. All right, let's see here. Add some blue here. And some blue here. That will be another color. That will be another color. That one. Okay. So now I'm ready for my last color, which I guess I'm going to try to go with this pink color. Let's make sure it's got enough ink in it. Kind of reminds me of stained glass. What do you think? And that's it for that one. All right, now I'm going to take the same color and use it for these lines right here because I like that it's just kind of like the same thickness. Because these markers have a chiseled tip. And now I am going to, oh, I have a duo tip in there, don't I? I just saw it. Here's some yellow. I'm going to add some yellow here. Notice I have it in my Amazon box. You save a box. The other day I was taking a box out to the trash. And I got halfway to the trash and I said, you know what? This is a good box. I can't get rid of this box. Have you always thought that though about boxes? Or is it just something that happens when you're an adult, where you save a box? My grandfather used to save cigar boxes. And you know, I wish I had some cigar boxes, to be honest with you. But I always wondered, why did he save these cigar boxes? Well, you know what? He knew something that we did not, nobody else knew, apparently. The cigar boxes were a hit. All right, so there's my section there. Now, I'm going to do some purple dots here from this marker, which is not really very round now, is it? But that's okay. Just kind of adding some dots, some specks all around. Now, I only colored one section of each of these, right? And even though this one kind of has, you know, looks like it should have maybe another yellow there, it's okay. I would say if I looked at this, this has a damaged tip, right? So I'm not going to use that anymore. Not liking it. What other color do we want to add to this? Let's add some purple again to what's happening up here. And I'm going to go with the every others. Kind of do that outline trick so the ink stays within the lines. Create the borders. It's like border coloring. right here again. And here. Okay, now we have this section here. I believe that this is the sun, and I'm going to make it kind of an orange color. We're going to pretend that's the sun anyway. Now, I do have a piece of paper underneath this because, of course, it does bleed through. You should always make sure you do that. And this is just coloring just right from the book, so it's not a big deal. And now I'm going to take, I keep wanting to reach for this green, but this green has got issues. We're going to get rid of that. I have this turquoise color, and I am going to just kind of do some dots in this section here. Kind of like the combination of color here with the turquoise and the purple and that orangey color right there for the sun, you know? Where's my cover? And then we've got the sky happening, and I am going to just kind of do these hot pink row of dots across. And I'm also going to add a little bit of something to, well, no, I'm not going to add that there. All right, let's do the bottom now with this green. Let's make sure there's enough ink. He's sitting on the grass is what I'm saying. You know, this color right here, I kind of thought it was more of a brick red, but now that it's dry, it really looks like brown. And you know what? For this part right here, I'm really kind of doing like a pressure here. Lifting up, pushing and pulling away, pressing down, because I really want it to look like grass. So even though I'm going to color over this area here and make it a solid color, it still needs to look like grass. And see how it kind of, you can kind of see like the ink pooling. And I'm going to call this done. Complete coloring with markers. Hey, thanks so much for watching again today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.